Hi, I'm Ray Gabaldon. My title is Senior Digital Customer Experience Manager. I've been in the industry over 30 years. Like many in this industry, I started from the ground up. I grew up on the island of Saipan, where a lot of battles were fought in World War II. My father was a U.S. Marine that fought in World War II, and he actually became a war hero. He captured over 1,500 Japanese by himself. Hollywood made a movie about my dad called Hell to Eternity. So I grew up on the same island where he fought as an 18-year-old kid, basically. And while I was attending school, I was working at the Polynesian Cultural Center as a performer. So I was a Polynesian dancer. I learned how to dance with fire. I was a Samoan fire knife dancer. I danced hula, I danced Tahitian, I danced all of those different Polynesian cultures at the Cultural Center and with other dance groups around the island. So I'm pretty active in my lifestyle. I like to ride bikes, I like to work out, and I work out heavy. I was into powerlifting competitions, I was into CrossFit quite a bit, and I just like being physically active. So I wanted to have my yearly physical exams, and I stepped up my exams to be more comprehensive. I started including EKGs as part of my physical exam. So I just kept working out and going to the doctor. Well, 8 years later or so, I go to another doctor, and this time my EKG came back as abnormal. And here I was, very fit, lifting pretty heavy and being very active. And the doctor said, something's not right with your heart. It looks interesting. Let's send you to a cardiologist. They did a stress test. They did an echocardiogram and more testing on my heart. And they confirmed that there's a problem. And I just looked at them. Are you talking to me? Are you sure you got the right chart? They did an angiogram, and they discovered that I had 2 arteries that were 100% blocked and one that was 80% blocked. They called it the widowmaker, which means that you don't have any symptoms. You have heart problems, a heart condition, but you don't have any symptoms. There are no indications that you have a problem. So they said you need open heart surgery, and I was just shocked. 2022 is when I had the surgery. It's a good thing they caught it early. I recovered quicker than expected, and partially because I was very active and I was physically fit, I felt. And that helped with the recovery process. As part of the journey, they had warned me that part of the recovery process is depression and anxiety. Even though I was physically fit, recovery was hard. There were days that I would just walk 10 yards and I would be tired, where I couldn't continue anymore, and I would go home and I would just break down and cry, thinking, is this what my life has come to? Is this how I'm going to be the rest of my life? Looking back, really that has taught me how to be more empathetic to people that do suffer from depression and anxiety on a regular basis, that it is a real thing for those that may not understand what depression and anxiety is. I got a taste of it, and I've learned a lot of good lessons through this experience, but I'm hoping that somebody might learn from that experience. Looking back, I think, no, walking is so underrated. So I really encourage people to just walk at the very minimum. And if people would just walk for 30 minutes a day, or just a short amount during your lunch break, walk for a few minutes 3 times a week, you will receive so many more health improvements from that short walk. It is so wonderful that Motion is supporting an organization like the American Heart Association. Our involvement with this organization really changes lives, not just within our company, but throughout our community and throughout the rest of the country. As we have such a large geographic footprint in North America, by our activity through all the branches, we are affecting lives at a grand scale. I get a charge of being able to lift somebody else, to be able to help them rise from wherever they're at. If I can lift somebody up and help them be in a better place, that brings me joy.